How do you convince someone to live? How do you explain the reason that we're here when you're not so sure yourself? How do you find the positives for someone when you can't see them either? How do you force someone to stay in this world? Answer: you can't. I guess that's been the hardest part about all of this. Accepting that no matter what I say or do or how much I try to help, it makes absolutely no difference. Okay, let's just talk about the elephant in the room. Suicide. Suicide is an overwhelming feeling of wanting to cause harm or intentional death to yourself. And people tend to do this when they feel trapped, lost, without any way out. I can't imagine how that must feel. Well, I can, but let's not go there. The hardest thing about living with someone who's suicidal is that you sit in their sadness. You sit in the dark places they're in too. For the best part of a few years now, I think I've been depressed. And since my friend was low, I couldn't feel anything. I couldn't say anything. I had to be positive and try and fill her with all the love and happiness every day. Trying to fill someone with love and happiness when your whole being is heavy is really hard. But I did it because I thought we'd get through this. I thought she'd get better. Only now I realise no matter how much I put into someone, they won't change or get better unless they want to. And that's a really hard pill to swallow. Probably not the best analogy. You see, she took an overdose. 2 years I spent making sure that when she was low, I'd be able to pick her back up again and we'd never have to go through that goodbye stage. Wednesday. That's when it happened. She was having a bad day and I sat with her and I spoke with her and I listened to her darkness once more. I held her hand until she fell asleep. I left her for no more than a few moments. I was right in the other room. And when I came back in, her mouth was full of every tablet that you could think of. And my whole heart just fell out my body. And then instinct kicked in. And I did what I had to do. This past month has been the worst month of my whole life. And I know what you're thinking. Why is this bitch saying I so much, talking about herself so much as a friend, sits in the hospital having her fucking stomach pumped? And you know what I think? Fuck you. You have no idea how hard it is to sit in a dark, cold house with your best friend telling you all the different ways she's going to kill herself, slit her throat, splash the blood on the walls, and how she doesn't give a fuck about you or a family or a little boy who started calling me daddy. This is literally the least cohesive monologue that you'll ever come across, and it probably doesn't make very much sense, but it's my brain unraveling and spilling onto a page the best way to figure out how I feel. The first time I've been able to talk about this and not totally crumble. I mean, a little bit crumble, but not totally. My fear is, what now? What do I do now? She won't see anyone. I feel I've put so much love and time into this person and I've still lost them. My whole body feels numb and empty. There's a hole in my body where my happiness used to sit. And people say I've lost my sparkle. The world is dark and heavy, and no matter how much goodness that you put into it, you're still going to be left feeling empty and lonely inside. And I guess I finally understand suicide. Fuck me. What happened to that naive, happy little valley girl? She's gone.